Tree stand safety depends on you. It can be the most enjoyable experience you've ever had in the woods, or it can be the most horrifying experience you've ever had.
Hello, my name is L.J. Smith. I have been investigating tree stand accidents and involved in teaching tree stand safety for over 15 years. I have testified in federal and state courts all across the United States about tree stand hunting accidents. There are more tree stand accidents involved in hunting today than there are accidents involving firearms. This video is being made to show you how to properly use a tree stand.
We're going to talk about ladder stands and how to use them. Also, we're going to show fixed position or hang-on stands and the proper way to use them. We will show these stands along with the accessories needed to get into them, and climbing tree stands with the proper way to set up and use them. We'll show the safety equipment such as safety belts, climbing straps, and safety harnesses. Also, pull ropes for firearms, bows, and equipment. The ladder stand. The first tree stand used was probably a homemade wooden ladder stand. These stands had some advantages and had some disadvantages. The biggest advantage was that the stand was fairly easy to build and was rather inexpensive if you used scrap materials that you had on hand. The biggest disadvantages were the length of time the stand lasted and the safety factors involved in putting the stand up and taking it down. Most accidents involving ladder stands occur when the hunter is attempting to attach the stand to the tree or taking the stand down. To avoid these problems, you should build all homemade wooden tree stands out of certified treated lumber that will last several years. When placing the tree stand against the tree, 2 or more people should be used. 1 or 2 should hold the stand while the other climbs and attaches the stand to the tree. Before attaching the chain, the hunter should attach a safety belt and then attach the chain. After the first year of use, these stands should be inspected each year before using them, and repairs needed should be made. Most ladder stand users today purchase a manufactured metal tree stand. It probably costs less than a treated lumber stand and has more safety factors. The first thing any tree stand purchaser should do is read the manufacturer's instructions on how to use the product. This instruction book or pamphlet should be read from front to back. The instructions should be used while the tree stand is being put together. The instructions should be used as the stand is being placed on the tree. This should be done at home or in a park near your home prior to taking it to the woods to hunt from it. Today's tree stands have more safety features than their predecessors. Most ladder stands have a step 2 to 4 inches from the ground to stabilize the stand on the ground. This step, when placed in soft ground, will keep the stand from shifting. The next piece of safety equipment is the standoff bar. This bar is usually placed between the 4th and 6th step on taller stands to prevent the stand from bending in the middle as the hunter climbs the ladder. This bar also helps with stability to keep the stand from moving as the user climbs to attach the top to the tree. Most ladder stands today have a footrest platform. This platform will allow you to step forward onto the stand before turning around and sitting down. First attaching the stand to the tree, and every time you get in the stand, when you reach this step, is where you must attach your safety belt to the tree. Never have anything in your hands as you climb the ladder of your stand. Use a pull rope or haul line to raise and lower your firearm or equipment. Next, we're going to discuss the use of hang-on tree stands and the proper way to hang and use them. When using a hang-on tree stand, the first thing you need to do is ascend the tree to the height where you want to place the tree stand. There are several methods hunters use to accomplish this. Screw-in steps are used. So are pojo poles or climbing sticks, as well as stacking ladders and sectional ladders. In all uses of these climbing aids, make sure you use a safety belt or climbing strap from the time you leave the ground until you return to the ground. When you have a climbing aid in place, you are then ready to hang your tree stand. While having a pull rope attached to your tree stand, climb to a height where you can place your tree stand at a point slightly below the second step down on your climbing stick. By placing the stand at this level, it will allow you to step down into the stand from the climbing aid when the stand is in place and ready for use. Attach the stand to the tree, following the manufacturer's instructions provided with your stand. Practice hanging the stand on the tree while you are still on the ground instead of climbing the tree some 15 feet and then attempting to hang it on the tree. Once you feel the stand is securely attached, check the stability of the stand from the side or below before placing all of your weight onto the stand. The majority of all accidents involving the use of this type of tree stand occur at this point. Make sure you have followed each step of the manufacturer's instructions before placing weight on the stand. When you are sure the stand is secure, climb to the first or second step of the climbing aid and then step down into the center of the stand. Make sure your safety belt is attached. Both hands should be free and holding the tree at this time. Once your stand is securely in place and you are ready to hunt, there are several rules you should follow. Always have your safety belt attached to yourself and the tree. The tree strap should be around the tree at a point at the top of your head or slightly higher when you are seated. This will allow room for standing if you need to for shooting a bow. At this height, it will also minimize the distance you fall if you fall out of the stand. Always use a pull rope to lift and lower your equipment. A bow can be pulled from either end, allowed to go all the way to the ground, or left slightly off the ground. Untie the bow when you reach down. A firearm may be pulled up by tying a pull rope around the sling and raising the firearm parallel to the ground. If there is no sling, the rope can be tied at the hand grip, not in the trigger guard, and raised stock first to the hunter. All firearms must be unloaded during this process. To keep dirt and debris from getting into the barrel of your firearm while lifting and lowering it with your pull rope, simply place a plastic bag over the end of the barrel and secure it with a rubber band. When standing and moving in the stand, stay as close to the center as possible. Remember that you are on a small platform approximately 15 feet or higher off the ground. Do not sleep in this type of tree stand. Hunters have been known to have fallen asleep while using this type of stand, forgotten where they were when they woke up, stood up to walk, and stepped off the tree stand. Some have also fallen over the side while asleep. If you get sleepy, get out of the stand and get to the ground. If you are bow hunting, practice shooting from this small platform at a lower level before placing it at a higher level in the tree. When removing the tree stand following your hunt, simply reverse the method you used in hanging the stand. Follow the manufacturer's instruction sheet for your particular stand. Be sure to use a pull rope to lower the stand, and be sure you use a safety belt. Keep your hands free except while lowering the stand. Now we're going to talk about climbing tree stands. Most climbing tree stands are shipped in boxes. Some of these boxes have important information printed on the outside of the box. Make sure that you read and fully understand all of the instructions and/or information on the box. After opening the box, take out the manufacturer's instruction sheet and read it thoroughly from front to back. Some instruction sheets are 2 or 3 pages in length, while other instructions may be 20 to 30 pages in length. Make sure you read and understand all of the instructions prior to using this stand. Some of the climbing tree stands on the market today come with videotaped instructions provided by the manufacturer. This video will include instructions on how to properly put your stand together and how the stand should be safely used. Make sure you view this video if one is provided with your stand. Now you're ready to take the stand out of its box and visually inspect it. Take all the parts and lay them out and make sure they are all according to the instruction sheet. If anything is missing, contact the manufacturer before attempting to use the stand. Using the instruction sheet provided, assemble the tree stand step by step, following the manufacturer's directions. Make sure everything properly fits and that there are no parts left over. After completing these steps, you are now ready to go to a practice tree. This tree can be one located in your own yard, a park, or in the woods. Using the instruction sheet, place the bottom or platform section of the tree stand around the tree. Since this is a practice session and you are going to climb only 3 or 4 feet off the ground, place the stand on the tree with the platform in a level position. Next, place the top section of the stand on the tree above the platform section. Take the strap provided with your stand or a piece of line if not provided and tie the top section of the stand to the bottom section, leaving approximately 1 foot of slack for climbing. If you drop the bottom platform while you're up the tree, this slack will allow you to retrieve the platform and continue climbing up or down the tree. With the platform less than 1 foot off the ground, step onto the platform and sit down on the top section of the stand. Place your safety belt, harness, or strap around you and the tree at this time. You should remain attached to the tree with the safety device until you come back to the ground at this same point following your practice or hunting session. Stand up and move your safety belt approximately 1 foot up the tree. Tighten it securely to the tree. Catch the top section of the stand by the arms and lift it from the tree. Raise the section about 8 inches to 1 foot and push down on the front of the arms to secure it to the tree. Make sure all of the contact points of the stand are against the tree. Then lean back on the front of the stand to secure it to the tree. Once you are absolutely sure that the top section is seated securely to the tree, lift the lower platform with your feet using either straps or the bar provided in order to lift the platform. Raise it approximately 8 inches to 1 foot and then lower your heels to let the platform seat itself against the tree. Again, look at the points of contact to the tree to make sure it is seated securely to the tree. When you are sure that the lower platform is secure by placing weight on it, while holding onto the top unit, stand up. Repeat these same steps until you have reached the height you desire to do your hunting. Practice doing this according to the manufacturer's instructions at a low level on the tree until you are very comfortable using your tree stand. Only then do you attempt to climb any higher than the 3 or 4 feet from which you have been practicing. Once you decide you know how to properly use your stand and are ready to climb higher up the tree, you will need to reset the stand to the tree. Since a tree will get smaller in diameter the further up you go, a tree stand must be placed on the tree in such a manner as to have the front of the stand tilted upwards. The reason for this is so that your stand will be level when you have reached the desired height for hunting. You should practice several times with your stand. Feel very comfortable using your stand before you ever take it hunting. When using your stand for hunting, there are several factors you need to keep in mind. Always use a safety belt or harness while using a tree stand. There are different types available, so choose one that you like and will wear. Climb in a slow, even pace. Do not get in a hurry. Make sure all contact points contact the tree each time you move the stand. When you get to your hunting height, use a bungee cord, lock, or ratchet strap to secure the top and bottom sections of the stand to the tree. This will prevent the stand from falling in case you bump or unintentionally hit the side. Always use a pull rope to raise and lower your hunting equipment. Never climb with anything in your hands. Also make sure all firearms are unloaded as you raise and lower them. Know your height limitations. Some people are afraid of heights. Stay within your limitations. If you start feeling uneasy as you climb, stop. Don't go any higher. If at any time the front of your stand starts to tilt down below level, immediately return to the ground and reset the stand before going any higher. This downward tilt could cause you to lose your balance and fall out of the stand. Visually inspect your tree stand after each use, and inspect it again prior to using it the next time you go hunting. Make sure all nuts and bolts are tight and that the stand is in good working order. Do not let anyone use your tree stand unless you make sure that they have read the manufacturer's instructions for that particular stand, and if provided, have viewed the videotape. Accidents occur each year because hunters borrow tree stands and don't know how to properly use them. Do not use or let anyone else use a tree stand if their weight exceeds the manufacturer's specified weight limitations. Never make any type of alteration to the tree stand without first contacting its manufacturer. Bolts and other parts should be replaced only with the size and type specified by the manufacturer. Make sure the tree you select to climb is a live tree, undamaged with no rotten places, and large enough to support your weight at the height you intend to climb. The standard rule is to select a tree which has a diameter of at least 8 inches. Be sure to inspect your safety belt or harness before and after each use. If you notice that the material is worn or that any of the stitching has broken, replace it with a new belt or harness. This video was made for the specific intention of helping you understand the proper way to use a tree stand. There are numerous styles and types manufactured today. Choose the one that you like. Safety depends on you. Common sense and fully following the manufacturer's instructions and warnings should prevent you from having a tree stand accident. Think before you act, and remember, think safety first.
Hello, I'm Bob Heiss, President of Advanced Hunting Equipment, the company that makes and sells the tree lounge and tree lounge accessories. This is Margaret, my wife and hunting partner. Margaret likes to hunt, and I like to operate a video camera. When making hunting videos, we work as a team. Margaret does the hunting, and I do the camera work. Since we started Advanced Hunting Equipment in 1980, Margaret and I have done a lot of field testing of the tree lounge and the tree lounge accessories. The tree lounge is the best tree stand made. It is best because the design of the tree lounge gives the hunter the features that he needs for safe, enjoyable, and successful tree stand hunting. The tree lounge is completely different from other tree stands. Instead of folding up for carrying, it telescopes. Instead of a platform to sit on, the tree lounge has a comfortable sling seat that is made of premium grade trampoline material. Instead of a V-bar which grips the backside of a tree, it has two heavy-duty tree cleats which grip the front side. It has a special safety harness that is much easier to use than conventional safety belts. This design gives a tree stand hunter 5 advantages which affect safety. It gives him 7 advantages which affect hunting pleasure. It gives him 8 advantages which affect hunting success. In addition, this design gives the hunter a number of other advantages which are very useful. The design of the tree lounge is protected by a U.S. patent. When tree stand hunting, a hunter is usually in the woods alone. Often he is climbing when it is too dark to see, and sometimes when he is numb with cold. This is why a tree stand is the most important piece of equipment that a hunter can buy. For the kind of tree stand he uses will have a direct effect on his personal safety, on his hunting pleasure, and on his chances of seeing or shooting deer. Every time he climbs a tree, trip after trip, and season after season. As people get older, they tend to become more concerned about safety. This has certainly been true with me. And since I have already had my 72nd birthday, I am far more concerned about safety than most people. Let me demonstrate why Margaret and I feel safe when hunting with the tree lounge. We don't worry about our tree lounge slipping because we know that it has fantastic tree holding ability. It is the only tree stand made that has enough holding ability to climb a metal pole. Margaret and I have been climbing metal poles in hunting and outdoor shows since 1980. We have climbed thousands of times, and the tree lounge has never slipped a single time. We don't worry about our tree lounge tilting when we shift our weight, for the tree cleats which grip the front side of the tree give it excellent stability. We don't worry about our tree lounge breaking, for we know that it is designed to support up to 1,000 pounds of static weight. We don't worry about falling out when climbing, for we're sitting in a sling seat between two side rails. We don't worry about falling when turning around, for we know how to do it safely. We don't worry about falling when in hunting position, for our body is supported by the sling seat between the two side rails in such a way that we can't fall out. The tree lounge is even safe enough to sleep in. And just for insurance, in case something should go wrong, we have our tree lounge safety harness, which we wear at all times. In addition to these safety features which are inherent in the tree lounge design, Margaret and I have two other items which are even more important. First, we know how to use the tree lounge properly. Second, we are always very careful. For us, shooting a deer just isn't worth taking a chance on safety. There is always some risk when tree stand hunting, for there's no tree stand made that is totally safe. How much risk depends on two things: the kind of equipment one uses and how they use it. Deer hunting is supposed to be enjoyable, something that we do for pleasure. But every year there are millions of hunters who have their hunting trips completely ruined by unsafe or uncomfortable tree stands. It is hard to enjoy a hunting trip if you're using an uncomfortable tree stand and are hurting in 2 or 3 places at once. When this happens, a hunting trip becomes a miserable battle of endurance with a pain in the backside. Fear of falling can also ruin the pleasure of a hunting trip. In fact, worrying about safety is almost as bad as a pain in the backside. An empty ladder stand. Another hunter has lost the battle of endurance. It happens to millions of tree stand hunters each season. Early in this video, I stated that the design of the tree lounge gives a hunter a number of advantages which can help make tree stand hunting more enjoyable. Let's take a look at some of these advantages. The tree lounge is very user-friendly. It telescopes into a compact unit for easy carrying. The tree lounge weighs 18 pounds. The foot climber weighs 7.5 pounds. Once you learn how, it takes 2 to 3 minutes to attach a tree lounge and foot climber to a suitable tree. The tree lounge uses a stand-up, sit-down method of climbing. Climbing is so easy that it's almost fun. There are no straps or bungee cords on the foot climber to hassle with. Just stick your toes in and start climbing. The sling seat of the tree lounge is very comfortable. Most hunters who use the tree lounge find that they are able to stay in their stands for 8, 10, or even 12 hours in complete comfort. Margaret and I always carry a good supply of candy and crackers in our utility packs. If we get hungry, we have a snack. If things slow down, we put our gun in the gun holders, fix our pillow, and take a nap. Hunting with the tree lands takes the misery, the worry, and the hassle out of tree stand hunting. It just helps make your hunting trips more enjoyable, the way they're supposed to be. I don't know anything more enjoyable than being out in the deer woods on a beautiful autumn day and watching deer that are completely unaware of your presence. We watched this spike for over an hour during one of our 1996 hunting trips. This is another buck that we saw during a 1996 bow hunting trip. This is a big 10-point that is over 100 yards away. However, by turning my video camera up to 24 power, I can get a good look at his rack. He was way out of bow range, so all Margaret and I could do was watch as he walked out of sight. When hunting or making hunting videos, Margaret and I normally stay in our stand for 8 to 10 hours a day. For we know that sooner or later our patience will be rewarded. Now this is one happy hunter. This is the kind of hunting that we dream about. And this is what hunting with the tree lounge is all about. The design of the tree lounge gives a hunter 8 advantages which are directly related to hunting success. We believe that these 8 advantages will at least double a hunter's chances of seeing or shooting deer. Comfort is one of these 8 advantages, for there is a direct relationship between comfort and success when tree stand hunting. The more comfortable you are, the less you will move and the longer you will stay in your stand. The less you move and the longer you stay in your stand, the greater your chances of seeing or shooting deer will be. This comfort has certainly paid off for Margaret and I, for some of our biggest bucks have been taken during the middle of the day. Margaret got this nice 10-point right in the middle of the day. Without the comfort of the tree lounge, we would not have been in our stands when he came by. During the rut is a prime time to stay in your stand all day. Another important advantage of hunting with the tree lounge is the ability to hunt high safely. This is especially true after the leaves have fallen, or when hunting deer that have learned to look for tree stands. Scent is often a problem when hunting 10 to 20 feet high. It is rarely a problem when hunting 20 to 40 feet high. Margaret and I don't worry about wind direction, for we hunt high enough that wind direction does not matter. When you consider that wind direction will usually change dozens of times during a day's hunt, hunting high seems to be a wise choice. We choose our hunting position based on safety, our view of our hunting area, and sun direction. If we plan to stay in our stand all day, we try to place our stand facing north. This way the sun will come up on our right, will be behind us in the middle of the day, and will be to our left during the afternoon. Every time that Margaret and I go to a hunting show, we hear stories about how a noisy tree stand ruined a chance at a big buck. Believe me, if you've been in your stand for hours or days and do get a big buck in easy range, the last thing you want is a squeaky tree stand. This is not a problem with the tree lounge, for the tree lounge is one of the quietest tree stands made. Another advantage of hunting with the tree lounge which can affect hunting success is the ability to climb quietly. If you're careful, you should be able to climb so quietly that someone standing 50 feet away cannot hear a sound. Being able to climb quietly lets you get into position without disturbing your hunting area. When gun hunting from tree stands, you would think that your shooting ability would depend on two things: the gun and the person doing the shooting. Well, think again, for there is a third major factor: your tree stand. If you don't believe that your tree stand can make a big difference in shooting ability, just get in a conventional type tree stand and pretend that you're trying to shoot a big buck that is right behind you or to your right rear. It's almost impossible. Or try to hold your crosshairs on a target that is 100 to 200 yards away when shooting offhand. Unless you are very, very good with the rifle, your crosshairs will wobble all over your target. You do not have these problems when hunting with the tree lounge, for you can shoot in any direction, and you can always shoot with the rest aim. Here I'm shooting to my left. Here I'm shooting to my right. Now I'm shooting to my front. And here I'm shooting to my left rear. And now I'm shooting to my right rear. This wasn't a long shot, but Margaret had to shoot through a lot of limbs. She probably could not have taken this buck without a rest aim. This was a 60-yard shot. Being able to shoot with a rest aim let Margaret make a perfect spine shot. Margaret has shot at 60 deer since she started hunting with the tree lounge in 1980. In all these years, she has missed only one. Camera's rolling to shoot if you've got a clear shot. Margaret gives credit for 50% of her hunting success to just two tree lounge advantages: the ability to shoot in any direction and the ability to shoot with the rest aim. To take this big 10-point, I had to shoot to my right rear and I had to shoot fast. This shot would have been impossible out of a conventional type tree stand. Margaret's favorite shot is a spine shot at the shoulder. This kind of accuracy would be impossible without a rest aim. Being able to shoot in any direction is also a very important advantage. Margaret shot this big 12-point directly behind her tree lounge. Another impossible shot that was a piece of cake because of the tree lounge. Being able to shoot with the rest aim and being able to shoot in any direction are two very important advantages. We believe that these two advantages by themselves will double a hunter's chances of hunting success. Bow hunters have the same problems as gun hunters when it comes to shooting out of conventional type tree stands. Can you imagine what it would be like to have a trophy buck right behind you when bow hunting out of a conventional type tree stand? It happens, and it happens a lot. The bow hunter who is using the tree lounge does not have this problem, for he has a full 360-degree field of fire. And the tree lounge bow hunting adapter gives you an excellent shooting platform. It lets you stand up and shoot, just like on a target range. Margaret shot this nice 10-point almost under and to the right rear of her tree lounge. This shot would have been impossible out of a conventional type tree stand. This is another buck that was taken to the right rear. Almost half the deer that Margaret and I have taken when bow hunting have been shot behind our stands. We have demonstrated some of the advantages of hunting with the tree lounge, which are directly related to hunting success. These include comfort, the ability to hunt high safely, the ability to climb quietly, the ability to get into shooting position without making any noise, the ability to shoot in any direction with gun or bow, and the ability to shoot with the rest aim when gun hunting. Now, do you understand why we believe that hunting with the tree lounge can at least double a hunter's chances of seeing or shooting deer? In addition to the tree lounge advantages, which affect safety, hunting pleasure, and hunting success, there are several others that I would like to mention. First is the ability to adjust the angle of the tree lounge after you reach your desired hunting position. The tree lounge has no sharp edges to damage trees. On most trees, it will only leave a small dent in the outer bark. The tree lounge is the most versatile tree stand made. It can be used for gun hunting. With the addition of a tree lounge bow hunting adapter, it can be used for bow hunting. In those situations where there are no trees suitable for climbing, it can be used as a fixed position stand. It makes an excellent cleaning rack. It can be used as a litter type carrier. With the addition of a pair of tree lounge wheels, it makes a very handy camp cart. And finally, it makes a great camp lounge. Another advantage is that advanced hunting equipment makes a wide variety of accessories which help adapt the tree lounge to a wide variety of hunting methods and to a wide variety of hunting situations. This is a tree lounge system 1A. This is our basic unit, which consists of the tree lounge, extended foot climber, carrying straps, safety harness, wedge and bungee cord, and hardware. This is a tree lounge system 2, which consists of a tree lounge system 1A plus 3 accessories: a pillow, a utility pack, and a pair of gun holders. The system 2 is an excellent choice for most gun hunters. This is a Treeland System 3, which consists of a Treeland System 1A plus 5 accessories: a pillow, a utility pack, a pair of gun holders, a chill pad, and a sport saw. The System 3 is an excellent choice for the gun hunter who wants to spend a lot of hours in his tree stand. This is a Treeland bow hunting special, which consists of a System 1A plus 3 accessories: a Treeland bow hunting adapter, a steep angle pad, and a bow holder. Although the bow hunting adapter was originally designed for bow hunters, many gun hunters use it also. They say it is nice to be able to stand up and stretch from time to time. This is a Margaret Special, which consists of a Treeland Model 1A plus 12 accessories: a bow hunting adapter, a steep angle pad, knob for the bow hunting adapter, knob for the tree lounge, a utility pack, a tree nest, a pair of gun holders, a bow holder, a sport saw, camo equipment cord, carrying strap pads, and a sniper shack. The Margaret Special is designed for the tree stand hunter who wants it all. The tree lounge wheels are another popular accessory. These are heavy-duty 20-inch wheels which attach to the tree lounge with 4 bolts and wing nuts. The wheels convert the tree lounge into a very handy camp cart. For a complete list of all tree lounge accessories, call or write for our color brochure. It's free. The tree lounge is the only tree stand made that can give you all of the advantages which have been demonstrated in this video. Advantages which can make your hunting trip safer. Advantages which can make your hunting trips more enjoyable. And advantages that can double your chances of seeing or shooting deer. If you take reasonably good care of the tree lounge, it can give you a lifetime of safe, enjoyable, and successful tree stand hunting. This is why the tree lounge is the best value in tree stands. No other tree stand even comes close. The tree lounge and tree lounge accessories are sold factory direct only. If you buy a tree lounge from Advanced Hunting Equipment and are not satisfied with it, you may return it within 30 days of date of purchase for a full refund of the purchase price. The tree lounge and tree lounge accessories are sold by Advanced Hunting Equipment, 8630 Wallace Tatum Road, Cumming, Georgia. Our office hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Our toll-free phone number is 1-800-233-0459. Call or write for a free brochure and current price list.